punch to it.
Well, that's a great example of a makeover.
Man, you look fabulous.
You look fantastic.
But there's a bit of afraid, like I wanted to get a pair of scissors and cut some, like, you know, chismis on the side. But overall, you look like an heiress.
And Mayan, how did you feel?
Sobrang comfortable and super flattering din.
And next, tell us about your design inspiration.
My inspiration is this. Parang, I put out na parang magulo siya. Like his life before. But malinis pa rin. And I make a tailored top na mag-accentuate yung shoulders niya.
So Patrick, could you see yourself wearing this?
Yes, and nakita niyo naman sa runway, I was so excited to walk for this.
Nakatip to.
I've never seen anybody move like that in this show. You look like you were having a lot of fun. Can you turn around? Man, I appreciate the details. The only concern I have is the coloring.
I wasn't expecting much from you, so this totally surprised me.
So now Patrick, tell us about your makeover.
What I wanted to do in this challenge is to design an outfit that basically my aesthetic. Parang may matutunan siya and never been scared of experimenting.
A makeover is supposed to make your client look better, not worse, and it should bring out the personality also of whoever you're making over. And I just felt like you totally missed the boat on this.
Ikaw, Kuya Manny, how do you feel about your outfit?
I can wear Patrick creation on costume party, but in my personal style, this is not me, this is Patrick.
This, guys, is an example of a make-under.
This is not appropriate for Manny's age, body type, and personality. Being a designer, I think you should have taken that into consideration while trying to make him look better or different.
Thank you, Patrick.
Welcome.
Next, Manny.
Ginawa ko siya ng pants na bagay sa kanya. The upper part is about me naman because I like medyo magulo pero in order. Medyo DI yung look kasi before yan yung work ko.
Did you feel comfortable wearing it?
I felt comfortable because I'm also a dance instructor and a dancer.
Kuya Manny, you've always been safe, and it's nice to hear you out. You know what you're doing because the quality of the trousers and the shirt is really well made. I just have to sort of comment na medyo umover lang ng konti dyan sa taas.
Aesthetically, I'm not too pleased about the whole design. Sinadya mo ba na taasan ng waistline?
Kasi DI pants nga, di ba?
DI pants.
DI ba lagi high waist?
Pretty much, because you need to see the movement of the waist.
Although it could have looked more modern had he lowered the waistline.
Umikli yung torso niya.
Next, Richie.
Randy is a simple person. Gusto kong mag-experiment sa kanya na pasuotin siya wearing shorts. But ayaw niya ipakita yung tuhod niya.
Bakit?
I don't know. Ayaw din niya ng collar. So, pero binigyan ko siya ng maliit. Plus, konting detail lang sa harap. Tapos binigyan ko yung hoodie para yung effect ng hair niya makita.
And Randy, how do you feel wearing the clothes?
I feel good about Richie's design for me. I don't like wearing shorts. I have scars on my feet.
Be proud of your scars.
It is well done, well made, it is simple, and it's comfortable.
It's a bit too simplistic, I think, for a makeover, but overall, it still worked.
And I like the reverse suspenders that gave more texture to the t-shirt. And even your accessories, from the bracelet to the rings, maganda.
Sometimes simplicity really works.
Randy, tell us about your design.
My only obligation here is to amplify that style of Russell. That's why I made him a three-piece suit, cargo pants, a very simple shirt made of panels. I could have used the fine side of the shirt, but I exposed the rough side to reflect the rough side of Russell. And a hooded vest, which is detachable, fit for the rainy season.
Yes.
I'm digging the hoodie. It's so interesting.
If you actually look closely, he slashed that and inserted a ribbon panel, creating a very, very interesting detail. Although the trousers are simple, yes, but the top stitching of that, matching again the color of the shirt, is something that I noticed. These things come from somebody who thinks.
So how do you feel about this whole ensemble?
I feel cool. I love the pants and the hood. It's really cool.
My definition of a makeover is, it is you, only better. And you made him look better.
Next, Russell.
My model was Hans.
Thank you so much for walking down the runway because I know you have a sprained ankle, so...
And nung una niya sinabi,
gusto niyang magmukhang bata. Although yung usual daily wear niya is resort wear, hindi ko pa siya nakikitang nagsuot ng black. So I tried, ginawan ko siya ng black, pero may touch pa rin ng color. Naglagay ako ng embroidery sa gilid ng polo shirt. So tinodo-todo ko na.
I just thought that it was already a little blah coming from you, Russell. You're a rock star designer, and Hans is a rock star too.
Well, I thought it was fun, quirky, imaginative, but overall it looks like a caricature. It's too costumey and stagey for me.
You know, I like the model more than the outfit.
Thanks. More than a compliment.
I like you.
Our next designer, Jazz.
My inspiration is the movie Hairspray.
Kaya Tracy Turnblad yung hair.
Although it's quirky and whimsical, but I think it can be worn separately because I wanted really to be different.
I like the fact that you took inspiration from Hairspray. However, when you design clothes for real people and you're doing a makeover for a real person, it's got to be relevant for someone who could be wearing it on the street.
I want to find out. How do you feel, Cherry?
When I go to a party sa China, talagang nag-e-effort kami.
Ganyan ang itsura mo?
Oo.
I just feel that it's not flattering. I really like you, Jazz, except what you've done is a complete catastrophe.
It's over the top, actually. You could have toned it down, and then maybe you could have lengthened the vest and then shaped it a little bit.
And I admire people's efforts to be different. Even if people laugh at them, so what? If you're happy with it, then good. But then I don't see he's happy with it.
So our next designer, Cherry. Tell us about your makeover.
The first thing comes to my mind is Madam Tingting Kuwangko. Because Madam Tingting Kuwangko is like my ideal woman for simplicity. I asked her if it is okay kung ipapaday namin yung hair para mag-complement sa pagkabuo ng damit. Ginamit ko pa rin yung mga kulay para mag-represent ng personality niya.
Beautiful, beautiful makeover. Gorgeous dress on her, great proportions.
I think, Jazz, you look phenomenal.
You've transformed Jazz to Jazz Melinda, right? She is now this dalagang Filipina. Then again, I was hoping to see a bit of Jazz as well. She has this colorful, vibrant personality, which of course I can see in the colors, but I kind of miss it a little bit. I was hoping you would meld those two things, maybe toned her down a bit, and then made her over so that seeing this whole vision, Jazz personality will still peep through.
I could see Jazz and I could see Cherry. It's like you guys really sort of like switched each other's personalities.
Thank you, designers. We've heard what you had to say. We're going to have a little chat and then call you back out. So guys, that was interesting. Who do we like?
My top three were Cherry's work worn by Jazz,
The dress on Mayanne, which was
Santi's work,
Santi's work. I think that's my favorite. You could see Mayanne come out of character.
She looked lovely.
She looked lovely, and she was really working the runway.
beautiful.
She looked comfortable. She looked confident. That, to me, is a purpose of a makeover.
and Randy's work, which was worn by Russell.
Worn by Russell.
Although, as I was saying, I didn't think it was a total makeover, but I love how Randy amplified Russell's personality by coming up with that hoodie and how he used this other side of the fabric to do that shirt.
You know, I like the barong with the alibata, the black hoodie with the reversed suspenders. And
Oh
I
yes,
like-
that was Richie's.
that was Richie.
Worn by
Yes.
Randy.
Yes.
What do we think about Patrick's work, which is on Manny?
If he had like white makeup, he could have gone to a children's party and made balloons.
I know, but honestly, Patrick sort of like missed this whole brief completely. He was doing so well, and all of a sudden he showed us this. It was sad. It was disappointing.
That's because he imposed his vision on Manny. He was saying the whole time, I want Manny to learn something from me. But then again, he didn't ever take into consideration that he might learn something from Manny.
But you know, somebody was more kawawa talaga. Si Cherry.
Si Cherry.
Which was Jazz's makeover.
Oh my God.
I don't know what happened
I
there.
didn't know what she was thinking. What was she thinking?
You know, she wanted to come up with something quirky, witty, and fun, but it just didn't work.
Katawa-tawa.
Yeah.
There's a thin line between pushing and jumping off the edge and dying.
But you know, it's really all about the wrong proportion because it was totally unflattering.
And styling.
And styling, the
What was
styling
that
was
on her
horrible.
head?
Well, this is a very interesting challenge. This can get really tricky.
And confusing.
And confusing.
Totally.
So now that we've seen all the designs and we've talked, we know who we like.
Yes,
We
yes,
do.
yes.
We know who we don't like. We know who's going home.
Yes.
All right, let's call him back out.